Welcome back, y'all. So recently I was on Twitter doom scrolling, reading never-ending royal high drama, same old, when all of a sudden I saw a tweet related to Dress to Impress that said, "I've been laughing at this." And it showed a picture of two players with some of the craziest outfits I've ever seen. In my opinion, of course.
That's my opinion!
People in the comments were calling it a hot mess and how extra it was for no reason. But then someone quote tweeted it saying, "This might look messy, but I think it's part of the DTI art style. And y'all don't get it. You may like it, you may not, but this is creative, period." Now, I'm not gonna lie, when I first read this tweet, I went,
"No, my bad, I'm sorry."
And then somebody else responded saying, "No, it's not creative at all. It's just random clicks and random clothes. Creative is when people do things like this." And then these were the examples they showed. Honestly, this community always amazes me with how creative they are. Never in a million years would I have been able to come up with a way to create a rat in DTI. So round of applause to these creators. Y'all ate that up. Now, with this whole discussion going on, people say things like, well, art is subjective, we all like different things, it just depends on who you are and what you're into. But let's be honest, there's definitely a fine line between being creative or doing too much. When is it art and when is it just a hot mess? In order to answer that question, I'm introducing a new segment called Dress to Debate, and the theme is creative or just messy. I'll be giving my personal opinions as well as reading community comments y'all left describing what y'all consider doing too much. As always, please remember these are just opinions. It's okay if you don't agree with them. You are more than welcome to share your thoughts in the comments. Just keep it cute and civil. Now, before we get into the good stuff, I want to talk about my most embarrassing outfits from when I first started playing. Because believe it or not, I used to be a hot mess myself. And I'm sure most players can relate to this as well. Let's go ahead and start. Okay, so one of the first outfits I ever took a screenshot of, I actually used for a thumbnail for a video that blew up and led to my channel growing as it did. And this is the DTI outfit I made.
Not demure.
Believe it or not, I actually got third place with this look, but it's so plain. I guess for the theme it's fine because it was like a school trip or something, but you could tell I didn't know what layering was. Oh my gosh, and then this one right here.
You thought you ate?
I want to say the theme was fantasy. This fit isn't ugly to me either, but it looks so boring. That was honestly my biggest problem back in the day. It's weird, but basically I was scared to think outside of the box when it came to outfits. I would always play it safe rather than trying new things. This next outfit was for the theme Y3K. I honestly didn't know what that theme meant. I thought it was like cyberpunkish, and it wasn't until somebody clocked me on stream that I realized Y3K was something completely different.
Are you not embarrassed? This is really embarrassing.
Same with this next fit. Unfortunately, this isn't really giving steampunk, but I did my best. And this one right here was for the theme neon. I was so delusional back then. I thought I ate this look up, but I ended up dead last. Now I gotta address this community post I made about 2 months ago. If y'all were here during that time, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I'ma be honest, I was a little salty during the theme gamer when I was playing DTI one day. In my head, I'm like, oh, I'm a gamer. I know exactly how to dress. I know what to do. I'm gonna nail this category. And when I tell y'all, every single person in that lobby gave me 1 star, I was baffled. But I shouldn't have been because the fit is so ugly.
Supposed to give, but it did not give what needed to be gave.
And I really had a nerve to make a whole post asking y'all if it was unfair voting or if my fit was trash.
Well, yes.
Honestly, this outfit to me now is definitely doing too much. I don't know what it was, but I was obsessed with patterns. I had to use it on every single thing I had on. But you know what, y'all? We learn, we grow, we adapt. I feel like now my outfits are so good, but I bet you in a few months, I'm gonna look back and be like,
Ew, this is so cringe.
You're probably wondering, Punk, why are you yapping about this? So I basically wanted to approach this topic by also criticizing my own outfits rather than just going straight and talking about other people's fits. Because at the end of the day, we all started somewhere. Especially if you were playing Roblox before DTI dropped. The main dress-up game people would get on was either Royal High or Fashion Famous. So there was definitely a learning curve when starting DTI. But now that I'm done reflecting on my trash fits, let's move on to the next section. In this section, I'm gonna go ahead and compare and contrast some outfits that I found while playing DTI that I felt were really good, and then ones that I felt were doing a little bit too much. The first theme is apocalyptic survivors. So this outfit right here was perfect. The way they made their clothes look muddy, they have blood on their face, they have the scythe behind them. It's just such a good pair. And then the fit that I felt was doing too much was this one. In theory, it would have been very cute, but the color scheme is just like all over the place in my opinion. The next theme we got is colorful. This is the outfit that won first place. I gave them 5 stars. I feel like the patterns mesh very well, the color scheme, everything is very cute. And then the outfit that I felt was doing too much was this one. Don't get me wrong, it's colorful, but there's a lot going on. The patterns are a little bit weird. I'm not too sure what the idea was behind it. Also, the hair combo is a little strange as well. Overall, it's just not my cup of tea. And the final theme we're gonna look at is top model. This is one of those themes where it can be interpreted in so many different ways and people can get creative with it, but it can still look messy if you don't know what you're doing. Out of all the outfits that came out, I felt like this one was the cutest. It's a little bit abstract, but I feel like they did a decent job at putting the outfit together. And this is the outfit that I felt was doing too much. The hair combo is a little bit off for me, and I also don't like the patterns they use. I'm also not a super fan of people layering that long dress with other stuff. With that being said, this person got first place, so good for them. I personally feel like there's a limit to how much you should layer depending on the theme, and if you do decide to layer, try to limit the amount of clipping, unless that's the point of the outfit. When it comes to patterns, I feel like there needs to be an even flow of how it looks. If you have plaid sitting next to cheetah print, it's probably gonna look weird. Also, you don't need a hair combo for every single theme. It's okay to just use one wig and move on. If you are gonna hair combo though, please make sure it doesn't glitch. There's actually been a few times where people do the hair combos with the glitch and it hurts my eyes so bad. Before we move on, let me show y'all some outfits I found on Twitter that were really cute to me. This outfit I found by a user named Fluffy Waves is so cute. It's supposed to be a jellyfish and I think they did amazing with the color scheme. And you can tell that the layering was well thought out. And this next image is from a user named Faye Editor. This is a great example that shows how patterns should flow. I know to some people it's gonna sound like I'm just being super judgmental, and I promise that's not what I'm trying to do. I just feel like a lot of the time people put a lot of effort into their outfits. They take time to layer properly, put patterns together, hair combos, everything, right? And then they end up dead last, they don't get any stars, and it just sucks to see. And yes, I am aware there are children who play this game, but don't get it twisted, y'all. A lot of these kids that play DTI make incredible outfits. So let's not assume that every bad outfit is made by a little kid. With that being said, let's go ahead and move on to the dress to debate section of the video and read the comments that you guys left under the community post. Alright, so for this part of the video we have two sides. The left side believes that these types of outfits are a hot mess, and the right side believes these outfits are creative. I also made a middle section for players who see both sides like Chanel. I'll go ahead and read comments from the left side first. Kachunky commented, when the colors aren't cohesive, it's not bad if you layer a lot unless it doesn't go together. Then it looks crazy.
T.
Officially Delulu commented, I think it's better when there's a color scheme / palette to the outfit rather than random colors, to be honest. Iconic said, I consider it messy when there's too many colors and patterns or they don't match. It's also messy when there's unnecessary layering that causes clipping, especially when it's not needed for the theme. Anna A commented, when people try to layer on themes like school, going to work, etc., layering is cool, but it just doesn't fit some themes.
Exactly.
Pool Family said, I think maybe putting a lot of different hairs on your head. Sometimes it works, but most of the time it doesn't, especially when you put the same color on every hair and it still doesn't match.
How do you like it?
I don't know. It feels kind of weird.
Amber Wisteria commented, when there's no balance, the colors don't match, shapes stick out, and everything is either too long or too short. You need balance. Walter Allen said, when there's a lot of glitching and it's hard to tell which item is which. I love layering, don't get me wrong, but sometimes it's a bit too much. Corrupted Luna commented, troll outfits with too much patterns, weird colors, and random clothing items that just don't go well together. Sam's Chapel version commented, when the theme is basic and everyone just starts layering a million items, like I get it, you like layering, but there's a theme that's literally basic. It's Ava Barris said, when the items don't match the theme and are just thrown on for layering. It doesn't really make sense, but sometimes I see a very cute base outfit get ruined by too many items. Also, certain patterns on certain themes are a bit of an eyesore. Gia the Musician commented, I personally think an outfit can get messy when the layering just doesn't make sense. Like putting 5 different corsets on top of each other is really really unnecessary. And it looks like a kindergartner that ripped through a bunch of their t-shirts and decided to wear them all at once. Emila said, creativity doesn't make an outfit good. It needs to be cohesive and pretty too. Just throwing on every item you see with different patterns is just messy. I really can't stand it when some people create looks that are creative, but they're not good. And someone always comes up with the argument, y'all hate creativity. And the last comment from this side comes from Cindy's Life. An outfit is doing too much when they get creative, but it's unnecessary. Like if you add items that just aren't needed. I understand that the jellyfish skirt may be cute, but it isn't needed for a theme like pumpkin patch or video game character, and you're dressing as Mario or Luigi. Alright, so the left side definitely had some good points, but let's go ahead and hear from the right side and see how they defend this. The first comment is from Libby the Lobster. They commented, I like it. Maddie M commented, I love messy layering. If you don't, I respect it, but for me, I just love messy maximalist fits. Sapphire commented, to be honest, being too much is honestly the point of the game, because it's not called dress to impress without a reason. Like, just let that creativity flow, but for certain themes you might want to cool it down a bit, like the theme basic. Pancake Batter commented, not gonna lie, I love it when people layer and use hacks, but everyone should know you don't need 6 skirts layered on top of each other for the theme bestie hangout. As a DTI layering sweat, I know my limit and I don't do too much, just enough to place. Strawberry Milk 2864 said, to me being creative has nothing to do with playing well. I love when people do messy looks and don't even look like what they have on as clothes. They use what they have as tools and have fun with them. I love playing around in the dressing area. Sometimes it's not a good outfit, but the process is way more fun than sticking to a cohesion and clean layering. Danis7969 commented, there's a difference between messy and creative. The second pick I saw was creative, but you know it can be better. But what I just saw was a work of art and I consider that a good fit. Red Kit said, it depends if they use it correctly, but I think overlayering is very cute. Some people always make the most divine outfits ever. And the final comment on this side comes from McKee. I love messy layering so much, even the one shown on the second slide. But when someone does messy layering and they use only one pattern, it looks very bad. Everything is in one pattern, shoes, dress, accessories. When I do my outfits and I just see that the gloves have the same pattern as a skirt or dress, it drives me crazy and I have to change it as fast as possible. Now that we're done with that, let's go ahead and read the comments that fall in the middle. Ice Capri Sun commented, I think crazy patterns are nice sometimes, but if the outfit is shaped funny, like odd choices of tops and bottoms, it can really throw it off. Vlogs by Say One commented, I feel like it depends on the theme. Like some themes it makes more sense to layer, but it can get out of hand and messy really fast. Peachy Raz said, I do think there's a fine line between messy or doing too much and being creative. It's a dress up game and people tend to be creative and mix and match clothing. The Internet Angel commented, I feel like it really depends on the topic or theme. If the theme was something like art class or colorful, I would think it's very creative. But if the theme was just something like extravagant or something similar, I would think they were doing too much. Nothing to look at 8482 said, honestly there's a thin line between messy and actual creative outfits nowadays. I feel like the second photo doesn't even look different from most troll outfits, even if some people consider it cute and creative. They are the minority and that just looks like a hot mess. And the final comment comes from Sushi and Bacon. Okay, I love layering, but there's sometimes a point where it's too much, like it just looks like a huge pile of vomit of fabric. Ooh! Also, when you use too many patterns that don't go well together or stretch out, or just wear items that don't match the outfit or theme. Overall, it seems like most people agree that layering does have a limit. It's not always necessary to max out your items, but to some players, there is such thing as messy layering that can be good. Now, from what I read, it seems like all sides are split when it comes to patterns and colors. I feel like that depends on your preferred style. It's kind of like people who draw. There's certain artists that are exclusive to realism and don't do cartoony art at all. And then you have artists like me who love drawing cartoons and anime but hate realism or don't really do it well. So it's kind of the same when making outfits. Some people like to really get abstract with it, adding different colors and patterns and getting crazy, and other players like it to be neat and cohesive. But in my opinion, specifically these outfits right here that I showed at the beginning of the video, this is just a hot mess for me. Maybe it's just me, but when it comes to clothing, I really like when things are neat. But I also think it's cool when people come up with new ways to layer things, or when people come up with crazy hacks like the snake one, which is also something that people were split on when it first came out. Honestly, this is what I love about DTI. Even if we can't agree on what's good or bad, at least we can agree that DTI is a great place to express your creativity. Thank you so much guys for watching today's video. I really appreciate everybody who commented on the community post giving their opinions, and also I appreciate you guys for being so civil in the comments. I know when it comes to certain opinions it can get really heated, but you guys did great. If you made it this far, I just want to say you can do whatever you want in DTI. Nobody's stopping you. I'm just a random girl online who loves yapping, sometimes a little too much, but it's always fun making these types of commentary videos. Let me know in the comments down below what you think is a hot mess outfit and what's creative. Were there any points made today that you agree with? Also, how do y'all feel about my old outfits? Did they eat or did they starve? Also, if you live in the United States, I know it's a hectic week. I hope you're doing okay. Make sure to do self-care. And it was daylight savings time. Like, oh my god, stop. We cannot get a break this week. But okay, bye. See you in the next one. Bye. Okay, bye. See you. Bye. Take care. Bye.